from your vantage point, did you notice any tension back then when I think Kevin did pop up on Wildin' Out a couple of times and actually did a skit called Judge Mo Dallas, where Katt is the judge and Kevin ended up being a part of the skit. And from the looks of it and what I've heard, they had some chemistry there. From your vantage point, what started this beef between Katt and Kevin Hart?
I think the struggle. I think okay. So let me put this on you. When in those days, I want to say around 2000. Let's go like 2000. Let's go 2000, 2001. Uh, Kevin Hart just appeared in L.A. all of a sudden, and we all kind of knew him, but we didn't like know him. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker had two TV shows and a movie. Like,
Right.
how did that happen? Like, Kevin Hart is such a mystery in Black comedy to Black comedians because we don't know how he came up. Like, he just came to LA and then he was the nigga. Like,
Right.
what? Like, how did that happen? Like, I'm sleeping on the couch. Where you sleep at? And this motherfucker came in staying on Sunset. I remember when him and Tori first came to LA. Like, they were a couple then. And I just didn't get it. I never thought that he would be as big as he is because I never thought he was funny like that. Now, he's a good person. He's a genuine person, but most people are genuine when they're winning in a game that they're supposed to be losing in. So I never felt his genuineness. Now, I will say this. When I first met Kevin Hart, he used to give me shoes because he had like a Nike deal or something. And he would be like, yo, you wear the same size as me. Come to my crib. He gave me boxes of shoes before, like brand new shoes. So I didn't always dislike Kevin Hart. I just started disliking him when he started walking around acting like he the shit. And we all like, but where did this come from?
Yeah, I think so one, I would love for you to answer this. Did you notice any issues with them back then? And do you think so? You're pretty much confirming that Katt's feeling is that this guy came out of nowhere and he started having an air about himself. Is what you think sparked his issues with Kevin? To be clear,
there was only a few people that were, I guess we could say, nominated for the next big thing. And then here comes this person that nobody knows, and he's the guy.
Right.
Like, what? Like, who is this? So I think more people that know Kevin Hart, we all wanted to get to know him because we wanted to know where he came from.
How was he during the Wildin' Out time when, like I said, when he first kind of came around y'all? What did he have that air about himself then, or was it more like happy to be here? Because did y'all have issues then? Like, I'm just trying to figure out the timeline of this.
I think we did because, okay, so let me put you right here. So when Kevin came to Wildin' Out, first of all, Kevin was on the first episode of Wildin' Out. Every year we did a new season, he would be the first show. I don't know why. See, that's that question again. Why is he the first one every time? So at that time, Soul Plane was bootlegged. It was all over LA, so that didn't chime out. His two sitcoms didn't touch the air like that. So by the time he came to Wildin' Out, that was like a savior for him, for Kevin. But of course, we don't know that at the time because we all trying to work and we all, trying to be kiki, but nobody like each other at that time because we all trying to be the breakout star. Me, Afion, Kevin, Katt didn't come till later. This the core group of the Wildin' Out. Nick, I would say, let me take that back. Katt was in the first episodes, but he wasn't the man. But I remember this though. I remember Nick coming out introducing everybody like the first time that we taping Wildin' Out. And when he got to Katt, he said, and Katt Williams, and the whole audience is like blew up. And I looked at Afion and said, why did that happen? And then he said, that's Money Mike. And I was like,
actually,
right. He is Money Mike.
So the movie hit while filming.
Well, the movie was already out. The movie was already out by the time Wildin' Out started. So but he was already Money Mike, basically. So he
Got you.
already had a jump on everybody in the
Got
cast
you. Got you.
because he was already Money Mike. And he was
Now,
coming out throwing thousands of dollars in the audience. Like he already had money. But it's safe to say Katt and Nick were the only two that had money at this time. And
understood.
Nick is, he's so conservative. He's not gonna throw no money out like that. But Katt was buying niggas gym shoes and outfits and yeah. Katt, shout out to Katt, man. Katt always been solid to me, man. He always been solid.
So
He's always that scariness about him, but he always been solid though. If
now,
you a solid
Spanky,
nigga, that don't hurt you. The way that he acts and he might change. If you solid, that don't hurt. That don't affect you. It only affects sucker niggas.
Understood. Now, Spanky, you mentioned Kevin's rise and his mysterious rise. Now, I am a comedy fan, so from the outside looking in, I felt that I was aware with Kevin because of the age of World Star. That's when I first got familiar with him. So it makes me think maybe for you guys that remember how social media wasn't really a thing for comedians at a point? It was still like the go to comedy clubs, club hopping. But Kevin, I think, saw a lane and an opportunity to start kind of putting content out there. I remember there was a video with him working out in the gym, and it was like he was being funny about lifting weights. And I remember seeing this, and I wasn't tapped into him on a stand-up tip, but in World Star and seeing funny videos, I remember him from that moment. And I'm wondering, maybe that's what happened. He was maybe the first social media comedian in a sense, and you guys weren't aware maybe of what was going on here, but the executives and people in power kind of like scouring the internet and they're seeing him constantly putting out content. Meanwhile, you're like at the club, at the Comedy Store, or you're at the Improv and he's nowhere to be found, but he's building his audience up online. Maybe that's what maybe happened.
I think you know what, and that's a great point, John, because I've never looked at it in that sense. Because Wildin' Out was a little bit before social media. Like I remember hanging out with Tom from MySpace on the set of Wildin' Out. You know what I
okay,
mean? So we were like there, but by the time Facebook came out, the show wasn't as popular. So we kind of missed that. And then we kind of picked back up when Instagram came out. I remember being on the set and Instagram was new and we all trying to follow each other and we all trying to, so
right,
we were kind of neck and neck with social media. So
yeah,
a lot of us didn't carry over because we felt we were stars and we felt we didn't have to do this because this is for little kids, these for little niggas.
right,
So we ain't got to do that. We already on TV. So even me, I kind of missed a lot of boats not jumping on social media as soon as it came out because I was already kind of in my ways and stubborn.
yeah,
Like, man, I'm not doing. I already got to be on the set 11 hours a day. I don't got time to shoot no skits and shit like that. But
yeah,
and that was before YouTube.
There's a whole conversation about what happened to Blockbuster versus Netflix. Blockbuster had stuck in their ways. Hey, we already got our database of clients and customers, and Netflix was still thinking about ways to innovate with the internet. And we saw what happened in that. And I think that's happening now in today's time because if you look at Wild 'N Out, majority of the people that they have on there have social media followings. It seems like it might be a criteria that it's like, hey, what is your following before we have you on here? Because it makes sense. It's marketing, right? It's able to keep the platform, or excuse me, keep the show relevant and get it out there. So I understand the business part of that.
yeah,
Social media actually took away the real actor and
mm,
on the Wild 'N Out tip because they went from again me, Effion, Mikey Day, etc., Corey Holcomb, D. Ray to Funny Mike, and I don't know if it's a Funny Mike. I'm just throwing a name out there.
yeah,
JJ Icefish. That's when I quit. I was like, yo, y'all that JJ Icefish on it? I quit.